His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Goa. At this onset, I would request Secretary to the Honorable Governor of Goa, Shri M.R.M. Rao, IAS, to kindly welcome all our dignitaries and other guests. It's time for the welcome address.
Good morning to all of you. Sagal Yan ka namaskar. Sabhi ko swagat. Today we are gathered in this historic old Darbar Hall for the book release of our Honorable Governor, Sri P.S. Prudent, which is in fact 212 book. Honorable Governor, His Excellency Sri P.S. Prudent, and His Grace Mar Joseph Perantotam, Archbishop of Cheganassery, Honorable Minister for Water Resources, Cooperation and Pravidaria, Sri Subhash Shirodkarji, Honorable Member Rajya Sabha, Sri Sadanand Sheikh Tanwadeji, Vice Chancellor, Goa University, Professor Harilal V. Menanji, Lady Governor, First Lady, Ma'am Rita Sridharan, Special Officer Sri Mihir Vardhanji, and particularly the guests from Kerala who have come all the way from Kerala to attend this function. Mr. Sanjeev Sardesai, Mr. Sagar Mole, and well-wishers, officers and staff of Raj Bhavan. I, on behalf of Raj Bhavan, welcome all of you for this book release function. As you all know, our Honorable Governor is a prolific writer, and now we are going to release his 212th book at the gracious hands of Archbishop of Cheganassery. A few days back, a few weeks back, we had a grand celebration of his 200th book release, which was done by Honorable Vice President of India, which many of you have attended, and we had the opportunity and privilege of attending that also. He has been a prolific writer, as I just mentioned, which cover many areas, starting from law, poetry, literature, and his own experiences of working in Mizoram in the name of O Mizoram, and working in Goa through the books which are after completing his Goa Sampurna Yatra and Goa Saimik Days Yatra in the name of Islands of Goa and Heritage Trees of Goa. And one more book which is very prestigious, which was released during his 50 years of career, was the Vamana Vrikshakala, which is popularly known as bonsai. After doing a lot of research and discussing with experts in the field and scholars, that it has been conclusively said that the Vamana Vrikshakala, which is known as bonsai, has originated in India, not otherwise which is being claimed. These books cover a lot of areas which we just mentioned, and this book, which is 212, is Basic Structure and Republic, which covers about the historic Keshavananda Bharati case, which has interpreted Indian Constitution, and about its basic structure, which is still used in many cases and as one of the pioneering judgments of Honorable Supreme Court of India. And apart from that, it includes some other speeches which are mentioned, which mention about dharma and democracy and other things. He has not just been a prolific writer, but he has been extending personally help to budding writers whose works are unpublished in the scheme called Nayi Pahal. Raj Bhavan has been extending this facility to budding writers whose books are to be published with the help of Honorable Governor's personal interest. We could do around 12 books in different languages, Konkani, Marathi, Malayalam also, and in English of course. And he has announced that we will be extending this assistance to all the languages which are mentioned in the AS schedule of Constitution of India. And there are several other schemes through which Honorable Governor has been extending his assistance, to dialysis and cancer patients, and several other schemes. There are so many things which would take a lot of time. We keep on mentioning. Some other speakers would follow me would also mention this. I take this opportunity once again to welcome all of you. Take this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for welcoming all the dignitaries and other guests. I now request Special Officer to the Honorable Governor of Goa, Shri R. Mihir Vardhan, IAS retired, to kindly deliver the introductory speech. Thank you.
Namaste and a very good morning to all of you. Honorable Governor, Shri P.S. Sridharan Pillai, sir, First Lady, Madam Rita Sridharan, His Grace Ma Joseph Perentotham, the Archbishop of the Changasnasari, Kerala, Honorable Minister Shri Subhash Shirodkar, Honorable Rajya Sabha Member Shri Sadanand Tanawadi, respected Vice Chancellor Shri Harilal Menon, and distinguished guests and friends. It's a privilege to be speaking a few words about this 212th book of Honorable Governor, Basic Structure and Republic. It's a very slender book. It's just about 50 pages. But as the saying goes, the measure of a book is not in the number of pages, but in the weight of each word. So if you really look at this book and you start reading it, you will understand the importance of parliamentary democracy and its salient features. And we are all living today in this democracy. So it's very important for us to understand very deeply the profound meaning of parliamentary democracy. So it has got just 3 speeches. One is about the importance of voting. Voting is a fundamental right in our country, and it is the duty of every citizen in our country to exercise this vote. And you vote without any fear or favor. So this is what this whole speech is about. And I would recommend to all of you to please read this very carefully, because voting is something very, very important in our country, and we are going to have our elections in the next couple of months, and I think it's the most appropriate time to go through this article. The second one is about the Republic Day speech. Republic Day in the constitutional history of India is a very, very important day, and it is a day on which we review all the achievements of even Raj Bhavan, the state, and also the country, the government, central government, and also the plans of the future are also announced on this day. So this article gives a lot of information about this particular day and its importance in terms of the achievements of the government. But the third, above all, is about this Keshavananda Bharati case. 1973, so 50 years had passed. It was a golden jubilee. So only a person like Honorable Governor could understand this importance of this particular day, because for most of us, or I don't think we even remember this case or its importance in the constitutional history of India. But Honorable Governor, as a lawyer and an activist, he understood the importance of this case, and he describes it as epoch-making judgment, where a 13-member judgment. And it shows us that when the executive in the country tends to go overboard, tends to overstep its authority or abuse its authority, the judiciary is always there to protect us. And this is what this whole thing is about. 50 years and remembering this judgment is really important for us. And once we go through this article which he has written, it will really tell us about the importance of judiciary, what the judiciary is doing over the last 50 years, even ever since 1973 also. The Supreme Court has been playing a very proactive role, and there are so many judgments which have been coming, which gives us the confidence, the citizens of this country, that we can always look forward to this judiciary to help us and to save us from any abuse or arbitrary use of the executive. And Goa also is a very good example where we are looking at the High Court playing a very, very proactive role, and I'm sure that all of you will understand the importance of the judiciary and its very effective intervention at many times in history. So please read this article. So all these three articles in this 50-page book are very important, and that is the significance of this book. And I would urge all of you to please read this book. And also you must spread the word about this, because political awareness is finally very important for all of us, not only in Goa but all over the country. And this is one book which tells you a lot about political awareness. So, and this is also going to be a very important book in his library. As you all know, 212 books for Sridharan Pillai sir. It's an entire section in an exhibition or a fair. You will find an entire section, and that speaks about his prodigious ability and extraordinary ability as a writer spanning 50 years. So, on this very historic occasion, I would once again recommend all of you to definitely please take a copy of this book and read it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introductory speech. And now I request His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Goa, to kindly deliver the presidential address. Thank you so much. It's over to the Honorable Governor, His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Goa.
Grace, Lord Joseph, Kirithotam, Pidavi, the Archbishop of Changanasheri, Kerala. From Changanasheri means in the middle of Kerala, somewhat middle in the Kerala, Kottayam to Takkala, Kanyakumari, beyond Kerala also coming under his jurisdiction. About 15 lakh followers of Christianity under the banner of Siro Malabar Sabha. Of course, he is known as the Pida of the Changanasheri Adirupata. I'm always thinking that about these Catholics in Asia. The Siro Malabar Sabha, that may not be known to anybody here, having more than 45 lakhs or 50 lakhs. So that shows the largest Catholic Sabha in Asia. So he is present today. I pay my respect to him. And Honorable Minister Subhash Shirodkarji is known to all of us. I salute him. And our MB, President of Goa BJP, we all know Sadanji Tanwadeji. I would like to say is a promise to Indian politics. And of course, our Harilal Menon is a dynamic Vice Chancellor, doing a lot of things, and recently the Union of India, through its UGC or whatever may be the system, I don't know, Prime Minister declared that 100 crores of rupees granted to the development of Goan University, and our Vice Chancellor is instrumental for that. And of course, our Amaram Rao is here, is a Secretary to Governor, and Mahirvardhanji is always helping me in my recent, before that poems, stories and other things. But as far as the recent books of mine are concerned, his valuable effort I am remembering, and Sri Mahirvardhanji, German, my OSD, is going to extend a vote of thanks here. So, distinguished guests and my dear friends, of course, His Grace is informed us that he is visiting Goa and spending one day with the Governor of Goa in this Rajbhavan. In fact, it is a blessing for me, of course, as well as Rajbhavan. He is a scholar. Of course, he dedicated his life for the cause of Jesus, and at the same time, His Grace is concerned. He is not confined his activities to Christian denomination alone. He is a part and parcel of the charitable works, social activities, and scholarly work of the Christian religion in Kerala. Then I thought how to connect him, His Grace, with me. Then this book is under printing. A clever lawyer, according to me, I am meeting my own trumpet. So I am using this opportunity to release this book. Only yesterday, day before yesterday, it was decided. And that is why no invitation was printed. Invitation, I think so. No invitation. At the same time, my friend Minister, Honorable Minister, we were together in the university program. Day before yesterday, I told an important religious leader is coming from Kerala, very close to me. That is the way. And our BJP state, not our, I can't use our. Governor has no politics. Anyway, politics is with me. That is in cold storage now. I told yesterday we met together. Then I told that this is the incident. That is why I am very much, Vice Chancellor also, their program I told this. And I am committed to, I am much obliged to all of you, and extending my sincere thanks also for your valuable presence here. This book is concerned, already Mirvardhanji has stated, by using proper words also. It may not be, as far as the governor is concerned, it is not proper on our part to make any controversy. So, as far as the book is concerned, 3 of my speeches are there. One is that I am very happy to say that Keshavanda Bharati case was a safety valve for parliamentary democracy. It was a safety valve for parliamentary democracy. You see, now Golden Jubilee year, that Keshavanda Bharati was a sannyasi, is no more. And in 1973, he filed that famous case, writ petition before the Supreme Court. And you see, Palkiwala argued 63 days together, full time in Supreme Court, and judgment has come. But nobody is taking, now our society is not taking much interest in these types of incidents. Anyway, that ashram invited me for a talk. I told them that I am confining to your ashram and conducting a speech there. I will study about it, because my student, at that time I was a student. Indian democracy was saved by that judgment. And still, who is ruling the country? Whether Parliament is supreme, or so many questions are involved in this. And basic structure theory, certain basic structures are there in the constitution that Parliament can amend. Fundamental rights, Parliament Even though absolute or double majority is there, they can't change it. So that is different views are there. I am not going to that views. So regarding that aspects, based on my Golden Jubilee speeches, one in Trivandrum, second time in Trivandrum, third in Cochin, and first was in Bangalore, and Mangalore, arranged by them. I told them that your ashram alone may not be a party to this. Then Bar Association as well as Law College all together arranged that program, and somewhat I also prepared, not a reading, but prepared all these things. And some basic things are discussed in this matter. I have given the heading. Keshavananda Bharati case was a safety wall for parliamentary democracy. In 1973, I don't know how many of us are remembering that. In Parliament, you go through the Parliament records, we want a committed judiciary. A minister by name Kumaramangalam, his name is not mentioned there. Kumaramangalam at that time on behalf of the Prime Minister of India, not the political aspects I am not going, that's not proper on my part. A committed judiciary should be there. Judiciary must obedient to the Parliament. That was a question. Then no, an answer was given by majority of the 13 judges bench. That is the largest bench in the history of our Supreme Court. 63 days, Alkiwala argued this matter. And the judgment wise also, this is the largest judgment because pages are more than 1,000. I'm not remembering exactly 1,200 pages or so. Through this process, entire world was given attention to our country and our Supreme Court. Then you see, immediately on, and after announcing the judgment, 3 judges, they are seniors, Hegde, Grover and one more person. They were superseded. And 4th person was appointed as a Chief Justice on the next day. This was happened in our democratic country. Then finally it led to emergency in 1975. That's a different question. I am not going to follow the details. Then my concept is that this basic structure, tomorrow if somebody wants to take away our concept of socialism or our concept of that religious concept and so many things are there. I am not going to that details. It is impossible because the basic structure can be taken away by Parliament. That is a summary substance. That is why I have given a heading to this my article, that is a safety valve for parliamentary democracy. You see, we all know pressure cooker. Especially in pressure cooker, you see that boiling and other things are process is going on. Then if it is exceeding the limit, then safety valve will act. Otherwise it will be broken into pieces by outbursting it. That is why in 1973, the demand for a committed judiciary and even the Speaker of the Parliament, Balram Jakar, I think so, he asked in Parliament, it's a part of Parliament, why don't we nationalize our press? Background maybe look into. In 1975, same thing happened. 1975, press censorship was introduced. Opposition leaders were put in jail without any trial. And fundamental rights are suspended. All those things are there. I am very happy to say that from my state, I have prepared a book on that before I became the governor. It was released by our honorable Prime Minister. dark days of democracy. The dark days of democracy, you see, in Kerala, without any hesitation, I would like to say, none of the religious leaders in India protested against the emergency. Only one denomination of Christians, Marthoma, that bishop, he declared that this emergency declaration is illegal and wrote to the Prime Minister at that time that you withdrew it. Then immediately Central Police and others came. If you are not withdrawing it, you will be put in jail. A reply given by Goan Varta Metropole at that time, I am still remembering. I want to add in the second edition of my book. He stated frankly to that Central, without any fear. So stated that I am in my bishop house or in jail. At present, both are same in India, so I don't want to withdraw. Such guts shown by us. But that is not recorded by any history. Now I collected certain things. And a newspaper by name Deepika. Recently, I attended their function for the in Kajarapalli about a few months back. When I go through it, Deepika has given black editorial with the black markings. These types of things are there in the part for the protection of the democracy that was there. So it is a matter to be studied by the new generation. And for the existence of the democracy, it is required, that's my view, I expressed it. And other two articles, of course, Protest Day, my speech, and another is regarding the Republican speech. And what I stated through this book is that Yado Dharma Tado Jaya. Dharma is not confined to any religion. Because Egam Sat Vipra Bhagavadati. And our Prime Minister also stated that what is Dharma? Dharma is not part of any faith alone, one faith alone. The collective of all the faiths of India. And we will proceed in that way. And my call is also given like that. In Supreme Court of India, what is the motto declared by the Supreme Court in its document? Yado dharmas tado jaya. I am very happy to see that this dharma concept is followed by us. My commitment and respect to our Archbishop is also that they are always following it. I had occasion, even before I became the governor, I had occasion to attend the programs of Christian churches there, various churches there. Day before yesterday also, I was there in Kottayam for such a program. We the people of India, we all together, of course political, various, in a democracy, if only one party is there, it is not a democratic country. Russia was not a democratic country. China is not because only one party system. Multi-party system is the basis of democracy, and strengthening that democracy, dharmic way, we will opt. And under such circumstances, I thought, because our Archbishop is visiting this Rajbhavan, I make use of this occasion, and that is why I am very happy to see that today's function, because I am always writing. So, releasing a book of Documentaries, today having any news value, is regularly doing it. Yeah. But today, I am very happy that His Grace, I like him very much, I respect him very much, and his commitment to the cause of Jesus and Sabha, but at the same time, not confined to that, is liking people from other faiths also. So I am once again extending my thanks, and these few words, I am concluding my speech. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so very much, sir. It's time that we are all been waiting for. The release of the 212th book, authored by His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Goa, entitled Basic Structure and Republic, at the gracious hands of His Grace Mar Joseph Perumputtam, the Archbishop of Changanashiri, Kerala. And the first copy will be received by the Honorable Minister for Water Resources Development Corporation and Prudent. This is the 212th book authored by His Excellency the Honorable Governor of Goa, Basic Structure and Republic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, His Grace. I now request the respected Vice Chancellor of Goa University, Shri Harilal Menon, to kindly address the gathering. Thank you so much.
His Excellency, Governor of Goa and Chancellor of Goa University, Shri Sridharan Pillai Sir, His Grace Mar Joseph Perumputtam, Archbishop of Changanashiri, Honorable Minister for Water Resource Development and Cooperation and Providoria, Shri Subhash Shirodkarji, the Honorable Rajya Sabha MP, Shri Sadanand Thanwadeji, First Lady Madam Rita Pillai, Secretary to Governor Shri Rao, all other dignitaries, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I am really pleased to stand here on the occasion of release of 212th book by none other than our Honorable Governor at the hands of His Grace. In fact, I would say that writing a book is not an easy task. It needs a purpose, it demands action, and of course it needs a lot of time and a lot of thought process. You know, I am here in Goa, I am during the last almost 35 years. And during those periods, I have seen many governors. And His Excellency Shri Sridharan Pillai ji is exceptional from any of those, because normally he doesn't sit in Raj Bhavan, rather he is with the people in Goa. He makes or he travels length and breadth of Goa, and the pains and agony of the people are finally come out in the form of a book through his pen. That is what our Honorable Governor. So therefore I am always fascinated when I get a book from him. I go through that, because when you read a book, your thought process changes, you will be inspired with action, and so that you will be able to understand better the surroundings and the environments. And especially, I used to be an introvert earlier, but after Honorable Governor became my Chancellor, I also started traveling, etc. And then try to understand various aspects and various facets of people's life. And when I say that, in fact, though Honorable Governor has been writing ever since he became the first Governor of other states, but I realized that after taking over as the Governor of Goa, that prolific writing has gone up. I think exponentially it has increased. For that I always say that, we have, in the Indian culture we say Mata, Pita, Guru, Deva, because Mata is the epitome of love, and Pita is the epitome of sacrifice, and Guru is there to draw your trajectory to your future. But in case of Sridharan Pillai ji, Sridharan Pillai sir, of course, as a child he had got all that. But now I would say that it is none other than epitome of love, epitome of sacrifice, epitome of, I would say that the place of Guru, none other than his soulmate, that is our Madam Rita Pillaji. Because it is because of Madam's support, our Honorable Governor could write like this. Otherwise it is very difficult for anyone, because from my own experience I know that it is very difficult to pen anything. Unless and until you have somebody at home to back you, it's very difficult to write. I have been writing scientific publications, not this, because that is the domain in which I need to write. So I used to travel a lot. In fact, mine is a field-oriented research. So I had to be in the ship for months together. All that things I used to do. So she was patiently sitting at home, so I'm not blaming. And another important thing is that about this book, especially as a faculty member, before I took over as the Vice Chancellor, as a faculty member, every Republic Day and Independence Day and of course the Goa Liberation Day, all the three important occasions, I go and salute the flag. But I find that, I realize that the number of people who assemble there are very less. Of course, that was the time I was a faculty member, I did not have any, authority to tell the people, do this. But after I took over, I realized that only 20 to 25 people are there, I made an appeal to everyone saying that this is something which gives you strength. When you see the neighboring countries like, whether it is Sri Lanka or Bangladesh or Pakistan, we are much ahead. In fact, we are 5th, now we are going to be the 3rd in the economy, world economy is concerned. So we are actually, progressing in that direction. So it's all due to this flag. So some of my colleagues used to say that that's a public holiday. I said it's a public holiday for celebration. You come here and then salute the flag for protecting your life. I would say that this book, which has been penned by our Honorable Governor, really, in fact, Mihir Vardhanji was saying that it's a 50 page book, but again he said that each word counts in that. In fact, 50-page book is what is the pertinent, or that is what is necessary now, because that 50-page means everyone will read. Because you have to inculcate what is meant by freedom in the mind. Freedom is not F-R-E-E-D-O-M. Rather, it's a real freedom. You must understand the meaning of the freedom. Therefore, you must come and then salute, and then all that, because the kind of sacrifice, the kind of, the actions our predecessors have done, therefore we are enjoying the freedom. So for that, therefore I would say that this kind of a book Honorable Governor had written is very pertinent, and in fact we are all happy, sir, for writing this. And I would say that in fact after you started with the scheme of encouraging youngsters, many of my colleagues from language and literature, and of course from other science faculty also started writing. Therefore, I have a chancellor who is top of the world as far as the literary things are concerned. I would say that whatever you do here, it will be written in golden leaves in the annals of Goa Rajbhavan, and that will be indelible. Because I would say that Goa and the people in Goa will never forget that there was a, the governor who was Sridharan Pillaji, and who was someone who was a prolific writer. Especially what he writes is what he sees, what he observes. That is what, that kind of a person we want. And we are very thankful for we are having such a chancellor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, the Vice Chancellor of Goa University. I now request Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha and Goa State Bharatiya Janata Party President, Shri Sadanand Chetanavade, to kindly share his thoughts on this wonderful occasion. Thank you.
His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Goa, Sridharan Pillaji, Honorable Minister Subhash Shirodkar ji, Archbishop of Kerala, Mark Jajab ji, Vice Chancellor of Goa University, Harilal Menon ji, First Lady, Madam Rita Pillaji, all distinguished guests, press, guests from Kerala, and dear friends, I deliver my speech in Kokni. First of all, I congratulate Governor of Goa. 212वें पुस्तक आज रिलीज जाता आणि ताका लागून हांव तेंचें अभिनंदन करता. कारण आमी पळयतात की बऱ्याचदा बरोवपी आसता पण तेचे बरोवपाचें स्पेसिफीक जे आसता ते एखादो पोएट बरोवपी पोयमूच बरयता. एखाद्याक जर लिटरेचर बरोवपाक जाय जाल्यार तो केवळ लिटरेचर बरयता. एखाद्याक स्टोरी रायटिंगचो जर छंद आसत जाल्यार केवळ तो स्टोरी बरयता. पण आज जर आमी पळयलें आसत, हांव तेंचें बूक पळयतालो कारण हें जें बूक आज रिलीज जाता बेजीक स्ट्रक्चर अँड रिपब्लीक, हें जर पळयलें आसत जाल्यार हें बूक इट्सॅल्फ इज अ लायब्ररी. ह्या बुका भितर जर पळयलें आसत जाल्यार ऑनरेबल गव्हर्नरान कितें कितें बरयल्लें आसा तें सगळें ह्या बुका भितर पळोवपाक मेळटा. आनी ह्या हातूंत तेंच्यांनी जर पळयलें आसत पोयम आसतले, स्टोरी तेंच्यांनी बरयल्या, हिस्ट्रीच्या संदर्भांनी बूक तेंच्यांनी बरयलां, लिगलाचेरूय तेंच्यांनी बूक बरयलां, पॉलिटिक्साचेरूय बरयलें, इकॉनॉमिक्साचेरूय तेंच्यांनी बरयल्लें आसा. आनी हें सगळें करता आसतना एक वेगळ्या पद्दतीचें लिटरेचर एकत्र करून बरयल्लें आसा. आनी हें बरयता आसतना केवळ एका लँग्वेजीन बरोवना, तेंचें बरोवपा आसतना वेगवेगळे 6 लँग्वेजी भितर तेंचें बूक जे आसा हे ट्रान्सलेटीव जाल्ले आसा. तेच्या भितर मल्याळम आसतली, हिंदी आसा, तेलुगू आसा, ओडिया आसा, कन्नड आसा. आनी त्या लागून ह्या सगळ्या हातूंतले वेगवेगळेपण जे आसा हे हांच्या रायटिंगा भितर दिसून येता. बऱ्याचदा आमकां लक्षांत येता की एखादो ज्या वेळार जर उलयता त्या वेळार तो कितें उलयता हें तेच्या मनान जें कितें आसा तें तातूंतल्यान दिसून येता. आनी त्या वेळार गव्हर्नरान जी वेगवेगळी बुकां बरयल्लीं आसा ह्या हातूंतल्यान तेंच्या भितरली जी तळमळ आसा, बारीक मनशाक मदत करपाची तळमळ आसत. कारण आमी पळयतात आमचो गौरीश बाब धोणकर आसा, त्यांच्या माध्यमांतल्यान वेगवेगळ्या क्लबाच्या माध्यमांतल्यान गरीब मनशाक आमी मदत कशें करतले. एखाद्याक जर कॅन्सर पेशंट जर आसत जाल्यार ताका कशी मदत करपाक जाय. एखाद्याक जर शुगर आसा आनी ताका किडनी प्रॉब्लम आसा जाल्यार त्या मनशाक गरीब मनशाक कशी मदत करपाक जाय. हे जे फिलिंग जे आसा हे खूब कमी मनशाक आसता आनी त्यामुळे ते एक्सप्रेस कशें करप आनी त्या मनशाक मदत कशी करप हे जर आमी पळयलें तें आसत जाल्यार आमचे ऑनरेबल गव्हर्नर ऑफ गोवा हे सदोदीत आघाडीचेर आसता. गोंया भितर म्हाका दिसता पयलो गव्हर्नर आसतलो की ज्यांच्यांनी गोंयच्या प्रत्येक पंचायतीक व्हिजीट दिल्ली आसा. इतलें करून थांबुना ते, हें करता आसतना तेंचो एक संकल्पना आशिल्ली की गोंयांत जी जुनी झाडां आसा ह्या झाडां वचून पळोवपाक जाय, तेचेर अभ्यास करूं जाय आनी ह्या झाडांतल्या माध्यमांतल्यान एक टुरिजम तातूंतल्यान एक डेव्हलप करपाक जाय. म्हाका याद जाता हांवें तांकां एक म्हज्या गांवांतलें एक झाड सांगिल्लें. एक गांव तांच्यांनी तें झाड येवन थंय येवन पळयलें. आमच्या गांवांत तें मुद्दम आयलें पळोवपाक, पिर्णा गांवा भितर पळोवपाक आयलें. आनी त्या झाडाचें जर तेंच्यांनी निरीक्षण करतकच लक्षांत आयलें की त्या झाडाचें लायफ जें आसा, त्या झाडाचें हुरो त्या झाडाचें नांव, तेचें 35 वर्सां आसा. पण तांच्यांनी त्या बुका भितर पळयतकच लक्षांत आयलें की 500 वर्सांचो हुरो हो आसपाक शकता हें तांच्यांनी निरीक्षण केलें आनी तातूंतल्यान तांच्यांनी तें बूक रिलीज केल्लें आसा. म्हाका सांगपाक खूब बरें दिसता त्या माध्यमांतल्यान आज बरेचदा आमी पळयतात गोंया भितर जेन्ना एखादो ट्युरिस्ट येता आनी जाका झाडांची आवड आसा तो ट्युरिस्ट तें झाड सोदपाक लागून पिर्णा भागा भितर पावता. म्हणजे एखादे फॉरेनराक जर तेचेर विचार करपाक जाय, ताका जर पळोवपाक जाय जाल्यार तो मनीस वचून तें पळोवपाक शकता. आनी त्या एक वेगळी तळमळ गोंया भितर राजभवन हे केवळ हे सरकारी काम करपाक लागून अशें न दवरता. स्वता भितरलें जें काम हें आसा तेंच्या भितर जी कला आसा बुकां बरोवपाची ती तेंच्यांनी फुडें हाडली. पण हाच्या व्यतिरिक्त गोंया भितर एखाद्याक जर आपलें बूक रिलीज करपाक जाय जाल्यार ताका फायनान्शियल मदत जाय आसत जाल्यार त्या मनशाक तांच्यांनी त्याच पद्दतीन मदत केल्ली आसा. आनी म्हणून ज्या वेळाचेर वायस चान्सलर उलयताले की आपल्याक खूब बरें दिसलें की हें रिलीज करता आसतना आपल्या कांय कलिगांक तांच्यांनी मदत केल्ली आसा. आमी पळयतात की बरेच जाण लेखक बरोवपाक शकता पण आर्थीक ताचे कडेन पयशे आसना तितले म्हूण तो बूक रिलीज करपाक शकना. ह्या मनशाक सुद्दां राजभवनाचें प्लॅटफॉर्म दिवपी आमचे गव्हर्नर आसात. तांच्यांनी तांकां प्लॅटफॉर्म दिलें राजभवनाचें. कारण राजभवनाचें जर एखादें बूक रिलीज केलें आसत जाल्यार तातूंतल्यान तेजें व्हॅल्यू एडिशन जें आसा तें व्हड जावपाक शकता. आनी त्या वेळार आपण जें बरयता तें करच्या तेच्या बरोबर बाकीच्या मनशाक हांगासले वेगवेगळे जे लोक आसात जांकां दिसता की आपल्याक एखादी पोयम बरोवपाक जाय, जांकां दिसता की स्टोरी बरोवपाक जाय, जांकां दिसता की लिटरेचर बरोवपाक जाय, ह्या सगळ्या लेखकांक तेंच्यांनी फुडें हाडिल्लें आसा. कारण आज आमी पळयतात की ह्या कंप्युटर युगा भितर बरोवप आनी वाचप खूब कमी जाल्लें आसा. पण एखाद्याची कला जी आसा ती बरोवपाची कला ही जर आमी फुडें व्हरतले आसत जाल्यार अशा पद्दतीची मदत ही अत्यंत आवश्यकता आसा. आणि हे सगळे पळयता आसतना आमी पळयताले की राजभवन जर येतलो आसत जाल्यार केवळ इन्फ्लुएन्शियल मनीस जर आसत, पॉलिटिशियन आसत, समाजातलो एखादो बरो व्हडलो पदाधिकारी आसत, त्याच मनशाक राजभवनाचेर येवपाक मेळटालें. पण सांगपाक बरें दिसता की राजभवन हे लोकभवन करपाचें काम सुद्धा आमच्या गव्हर्नरान केल्लें आसा. जेणे करून आज प्रत्येक गांवांतल्या मनशाक दिसता की आपल्याक जर गव्हर्नराक मेळूं जाय जाल्यार तो इजिली एप्रोचेबल आसा त्या मनशाक मेळपाक शकता. आणि म्हणून हांव तेंचे कडेन पळयता आसतना हांगा येतकच एक गोश्ट जाता, केन्नाय जर व्हिजीट मेळपाक आयलो आसत जाल्यार वयतना एक पुस्तक ते खंयचें तरी एखादें पुस्तक दितात. आनी त्यामुळे हे पुस्तक चाळटना हांवें पळयलें त्यांच्या एका पुस्तकाचेर वेगवेगळे समाजातले राजकीय नेते आसतले, प्रधानमंत्री जे आसत, राष्ट्रपती आसत, उपराष्ट्रपती आसत, आमच्या पार्लिमेंटाचे स्पीकर आसतले, ह्या सगळ्यांनी तांकां एक प्रतिक्रिया दिल्ली आसतलीच. पण हेच्या व्यतिरिक्त समाजातले वेगवेगळे जे प्रतिष्ठीत लोक जे आसात, जे लिगल जजीस आसतले, प्रतिष्ठीत असे आदोगाद आसतले, वेगवेगळे हाचे ऑथर आसतले, हांच्यांनी सुद्धा त्यांच्या बुकाक एक वेगवेगळे तरेची प्रतिक्रिया दिली आसा. हांव तर वाचतालो. आणि त्यामुळे एक वेगळेपण म्हणजे गव्हर्नर हे काम करता आसतना समाजाक मदत करप आणि ही अत्यंत आवश्यकता आसा. कारण एखादें पोझिशन जे आसता त्या पोझिशनाच्या आधाराचेर केवळ ते पोझिशनूच आपण मेळयतलो अशें न दवरता. जी तळमळ जी तांच्या भितर आसा, एक सामाजीक कार्यकर्तो म्हणून जी तळमळ आसा, लिगला भितर ते आदोगाद म्हणून तेंच्यांनी एक प्रतिष्ठीत काम केलें आणि त्यामुळे ती तळमळ तेंच्या भितर आसा कारण तेंच्यांनी सगळें हें पळयल्लें आसा. आणि हे पळयता आसतना त्याचो बारीक मनशाक फायदो कसो करून दिवप. कारण एखाद्या पोझिशनाचेर पावतकच एखाद्या मनशाक आपले जाणीव जी आसा, पूर्वी सुरवातीचो जो आपलो कितें काळ आसता तेचे भितर आपण कितें पळयल्लें आसा त्याची मदत जी आसा ही दुसऱ्याक करपाची तळमळ ही खऱ्या अर्थान दिसून येता. हांव परत एकदा आमचे ऑनरेबल गव्हर्नर श्रीधरन पिल्लेजी यांचे अभिनंदन करता. 212वें बूक जातूंतल्यान बऱ्याचदा कशें आसता की बूक बरयल्या नंतर त्यातूंतले वाचल्या नंतर बरेचशे गोश्टींतल्यान समजता. ह्या बुका भितर तांच्यांनी 26 जानेवारीक जी स्पीच केली ती तातूंत घातिल्ली आसा. लिगलाच्या हातूंतली तातूंत हे आसा. आणि हे सगळें करता आसतना डेमोक्रेसी भितर आपले अधिकार कितें आसा ह्या संदर्भातली वेगवेगळे जे आसा हे तांच्यांनी बुका भितर परिवर्तन बुका भितर तांच्यांनी बरयल्लें आसा. जेचो फायदो येणाऱ्या काळा भितर ह्या देशातले युवक आसत, ह्या गोंयचे युवक आसत, कारण तांच्यांनी बरयता आसतना ऑल लँग्वेजी भितर ते बरयल्लें आसा, ताचो फायदो जरूर जातलो. आणि ताका लागून हांव तांकां अभिनंदन करता. आणि खास करून मुद्दम हांगा केरळचे आज बिशप आयिल्ले आसात तांच्या पुत्राक मान दिवन तांकांय हांव धन्यवाद दिता आणि म्हजें उलोवप सोंपयता. देव बरें करूं.
देव बरें करूं सर तुज्या मोलादीक उतरांचो. थँक यू सो मच सर फॉर दिस very valuable words to all of us. I now request the Honorable Minister for Water Resources Development, Cooperation and Providoria, Shri Subhash Shirodkar ji, to kindly motivate us all. Dev bari karu.
His Excellency the Governor of Goa, Shri Sridhar Pillai ji, the First Lady of the state, so also the chief guest, we have come all the way from Kerala, Archbishop Mark Joseph, His Grace. So also we got our party president and also Rajya Sabha member, Sri Sadanand Tanavadi. We have also the Vice Chancellor of Goa University, the only university in the state, Mr. Menanji, Mihir Vardhanji, Secretary to Governor, Mr. Rao. Also we got Sagar Muli, also respected father, Mr. Goan, media of electronic as well as print media and dear friends. It is a pleasant and going to be for me a little memorable, I would say, morning, because for the first time I have been coming here, Kabul or Raj Bhavan right from the year 1987. 84 was my first election when I won the election as an MLA of Shivra constituency, and since then I have been coming here. But then for the first time today I went around the Raj Bhavan because I was that confident that governor के हाँ इससे चल खा सकते हैं. Friends, we have met so many governors and I would say they were quite good. But today, His Excellency, what we have is, I would say, far better, best. One of the excellent men, personality for the state of Goa. If you just look around, you will find the beautiful views coming from Arabian Sea. and striking the basement of the Raj Bhavan. If you just move around, you will find beautiful winds, refreshing winds coming down all the way from Arabian Sea. But to my mind, along with these two, I tell you, there are vibrations, there are ethos, good ethos, and there are, I would say, the winds of thought from Raj Bhavan through the personality moving to the state of Goa. Friends, just yesterday when His Excellency told me that the release of book and you have to come, I said yes. I'm an obedient servant, I will come over. And today I'm over here. Yesterday I just read the first 5 to 6 pages. And those 6 pages what I read and went through reminded me of a dharma which I had studied in my 16th or 17th age of when I was studying college. That dharma I had read in Samudragupta, King Samudragupta. The same dharma bhakti I had also read in King Ashoka of Kalinga. And as recently as in the 16th century, the same thought process, the greatness of Indian democracy, which got reflected in the administration of Shivaji Maharaja. Friends, these are the ethos of Indian democracy. Not just yesterday in 1947, but they are inbuilt right from the beginning, the very beginning of the, I would say, the civilization of India. And I tell you, a day will come, what His Excellency has put down here. I tell you, this book and particularly this chapter, I would say is a sort of a refreshing for not many lawyers and counsels about the Supreme Court verdicts and all that. While going through, I learned that the first bench, I mean the 16th, largest possible bench, met for this case, case argument. 16 judges were sitting to hear the case. And no doubt, it went on and went on and went on for record time. That is almost 63 days. And then the decision came. Not just that one incident, but that the ethos of a democracy, which are prevailing right from the beginning of this country, right from this, the civilization of the country, which is reflected in various administrations, as I said, of a Samudragupta, King Ashoka, and then also as recent as 16th century of Shivaji's administration. Friends, that day is not very far off. It may take another 50 years or 100 years. When the whole world will realize, then the ethos of Indian democracy are the ethos which can survive the entire world with democratic setup in those regions also. This is what is my personal feeling. Friends, other chapter that is related to Goa, and then you see in that chapter, Goa is fast developing state, but at the same time, literary career, rare sandalwood in the Raj Bhavan, faunal biodiversity center, Jalakund at Raj Bhavan. Then you see a Nai Peheli scheme that is publishing the books of the youngsters. Then the opening Raj Bhavan Palace and the old Darbar Hall to public. I don't think that any one of us, suppose we had an opportunity to stay here, we would not never thought of giving up and staying in an apartment down below. हमारे गवर्नर जो है ना, ये इतने दिल के अच्छे हैं कि इन्होंने छोड़ दिया है और लोगों के लिए बसा दिया है कि you come and have a look at this grandeur palace. Such a bold decision, such a, I would say, courteous decision for the people of Goa is for the first time it has come after almost 60 years. You are so much obliged, sir, for your this kind decision. So also to have this uniqueness like Batu Vaman tree. I mean, I had read in my in primary section or maybe in secondary section about Vaman, who puts his leg and then puts Bali Raja or somebody in the pata. But then this book I'm referring, the reading for the first time. Small tree, of course, I had seen bonsai trees, but it comes very specifically. I went around and then what has been mentioned there is voluntary learning or training. I saw some 8 to 10 people over there learning the things from the teacher, how to rise up and bring up a tree in bonsai. Friends, to think of cancer patients of the state from this place. We politicians are compared as we move in the villages and all that. कोई मिलेगा तुरंत ध्यान में आएगा कि ओके इसके लिए कुछ करना चाहिए. But then to think from this place, sitting over here, I think is something I would say out of the box thinking. इधर से डायबिटीज के बारे में सोचना, इधर से about that writer, small writer coming up from KPM, coming up from Sangam, coming up from or maybe even from Penjim town, who cannot afford, moves with his manuscript very near and dear to him. अरे पहला ही लिखा था, वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता है, print नहीं कर सकता है, publish नहीं कर सकता है. For all those almost 8 to 9, I think, up till now. And this will go on now. This becomes the tradition of Rajbhavan over here. Friends, there are so many things. I was much impressed with when His Excellency came to my village, Shivada village. He has stood almost all the villages, village panchayat. Perhaps the first governor to visit the panchayats. In fact, it's very, I will say, very marvelous thing. He is the first excellency personality to visit almost all the temples of the world. Almost all the temples of the world. And not just that, documentation is very important. Documentation which we were lacking in. इंडिया में तो ऐसा कल्चर नहीं था कि हमने जो कुछ देखा है, हमने जो कुछ सुना है, उसके बारे में हम डॉक्यूमेंटेशन करें. But particularly in the last 50 years or 60 years, we have got a strength, we have got a capacities and capabilities to get the things documented. आपने 212 किताब लिखे हैं. किताब के बारे में हिसाब किताब नहीं बोलूँगा. But I aspire for to have and my presence or maybe as a small audience person. But आपका 250वां बुक इधर गोवा में होना चाहिए. 250 books is not a small thing. 212. वैसा तो उधर क्रिकेट के मैदान में सेंचुरी निकालते मगर 200 to cover up is not a small show. You require that matter of mind and brain, and this is what our governor is having, and I'm so much impressed. साहब आपके जो दिमाग में आते हैं आप नहीं छोड़ते, वो करके ही दिखाते हैं. And for that the best part is company. उनका जो सपोर्ट है इसके वास्ते ये हो सकता है. बुक इज सो हैंडी, ऐसे होना चाहिए. एंड आई टेल यू, आई विल कंक्लूड नाउ विद वन स्मॉल थिंग. आप रीडिंग करो, बहुत अच्छा क्वालिटी रीडिंग करो, एंड आई टेल यू भगवान भी आपके साथ चलेंगे. आप इतना क्वालिटी रीडिंग करो कि भगवान भी आपके साथ चलेंगे. दिस इज व्हाट इज माय पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस. Thanks a lot. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Minister, for motivating us all. I now request His Grace Mar Joseph Perototum to vice the Archbishop of Kanganashiri, Kerala, to kindly motivate us, bless us, and inspire us with his words of wisdom. Thank you so much.
Our Honorable Governor, His Excellency Advocate P.S. Sridharan Pillai, respected Minister, respected MD, dear respected Vice Chancellor, or dear First Lady, dear Madam, and all the distinguished guests, dear brothers and sisters. It is indeed an extraordinary privilege and honor for me to have released the 212th book of our Honorable Governor Sridharan Pillai. Actually, I I wanted to visit Goa to see the historical places, the important holy shrines, etc. And our governor has very cordially, affectionately invited me to come over here. He repeated the invitation, and that actually facilitated my visit to this historical place. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your kind invitation, and also your kind words regarding our archdiocese, our church, Roman Church, the Snow Sisters, and so on. We were fortunate to have His Excellency as chief guest several times in our Archer party and also other functions. And I could share many stages with him. As all the speakers have said, he is a real human being, loving, passionate. He's a genius. He's talented, a multi-talented person. And he multiplied his talents and produced 100-fold. And that is his contribution to the country, to the society. The release of the latest book, this book, Basic Structure and Republic, only a committed genius can achieve it. He is a man of learning, an impressive speaker, a politician above politics, standing for value-based politics. As a noble servant of the nation, committed to protect the great tradition and cultural values of India. He is a friend of all and is loved by all. The present book, Basic Structure and Republic, as all the speakers have mentioned, though a small one in size, just about 50 pages, is very rich in content with the deep insights. I went through a few portions of this book and I am convinced of it. The book strongly articulates the author's studied opinion and convincing stand with regard to Indian Constitution and constitutional values. I may quote a few sentences from the book. Referring to Article 142, of the Constitution, the author states, it confers the widest power on the highest court of the country to do complete justice, the constitutional power to enable the apex court to attain the highest possible objective to render justice, even if the law in a particular case says otherwise. Is it not our constitution exemplifying the ideals of Dharma? He presents Dharma as the supreme value for Bharat, for the India, about which it is written, as he is mentioned, Yato Dharma Tato Jaya. This is Bharatiya Dharma. When on the eve of Kurukshetra war, when Duryodhana approached his mother Gandhari for blessings, she did not tell, "Be victorious, my son." Instead, she told, "Yatho dharma tato jaya." So, victory is with dharma. So that is the Indian mind. That is Indian morality, Indian dharma. The book presents his right perspective of dharma based on politics to achieve the goal of the nation. The author says, the need of the hour is that we must rebuild India as a Bharat for what it stands for. Value-based politics along with the nation-building efforts by all the wings of the Constitution, namely executive, legislature and judiciary, are bound to work hard for achieving the goal of the nation. Finally, our dear governor is a man of universal outlook, welcoming noble things from everywhere, but not compromising Indian constitutional values. He says, let notable thoughts come from everywhere. So nothing wrong to receive noble ideas from other countries. Let all auspicious, unobstructed, favorable and victorious knowledge may come to us from all sides. But while dealing with the Indian Constitution and laws, we may not adhere to look-west policy. So this is really the Indian, this really must be the mind of every citizen of India. Our great India, our great culture, the culture, the traditions, the values, I want to protect it. The Constitution is the guard and the hope for even to the least of Indian citizens and also for the minority communities. We are, as Christians, a minority community. We believe in our Constitution, its fundamental structure, and that gives us strength, confidence, to be proud of India, to be proud of Indian citizens. And we need leaders, political as well as social, who would respect, would protect the Indian Constitution. And we have great appreciation, we have great hope in such persons like our Honorable Minister, our Honorable Governor. Dear Your Excellency, we are really proud of you, and as an eminent son citizen of this our dear India. As a son of Kerala, a Malayali, thank you once more for your great contribution and also for all your service to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, His Grace Mars Joseph, Archbishop of Kerala. I now request Officer on Special Duty, the Honorable Governor of Goa, Goan Channel, to kindly propose the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Honorable guests on the dais and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion, auspicious occasion of 212th book release ceremony, which are written by the Honorable Governor of Goa. I don't want to examine your patience at this late hour, so I shall be very brief in discharging the same duty to me. Benjamin Franklin said once, I quote, "Either you write a book which people would like to read, else you do something good for the public, where somebody can write a book on your good works, which enables the public to read." Unquote. Here is a governor, His Excellency Sri P.S. Ridran Pillai, sir, a man who combines both the qualities together. He not only writes books worth reading, but also does good things for the public so that others can write about him. Of course, already Honorable Minister mentioned about him, his down-to-earth public activities here. Our government is in his 50 years long literary association, already delivered 212 books. It is beyond our imagination that how much number it will cross. We extend our deeply English teacher for one of the ADCs to the Governor, Sri Vishram Borkabji, who also conferred with an IPS last week only. We are deeply grateful to you for your invaluable support to us. We sincerely express our gratefulness to you, dear sir, for sparing time from your busy schedule and to receive the 212th book copywritten by the Governor. Honorable Member of Parliament, Sri Sadananda Tanewada ji, who is a huge supporter of Honorable Governor always. Now it is realized. I want to thank you for your words expressed here towards the Governor. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank respected Vice Chancellor of Goa University, the one and only university in this coastal land of Goa. He is also an oceanographer come marine scientist. I thank you for your presence today here, sir. I would like to extend my thanks to the Lady Governor, Advocate K. Rita Madam. I would like to inform you a secret that the Lady Governor is chasing the Governor not in book writing, but in art of painting. Apart from her various famous outcomes in art, very recently she had her debut in the only indigenous Kavi art or murals of this land. I thank dear very reverend fathers, Queria members who are present here from the Archdiocese of Chengalashiri, other reverend fathers, fraternity from the print and electronic media, Sri M.R. Rauji, IS, Sri Mir Bhardanji, IS, retired Raj Bhavan officials and other staff members from the Raj Bhavan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you each one of you.